Hey guys, Michael Seitz here. Just want to come to you guys here for a bit as we approach SOULCON Challenge Jonathan, which will be our first SOULCON Challenge of 2022. Just wanted to take a little bit of time and and first off, let me just set the tone for the video for who I am addressing in this video, guys. Um, this video is meant to address Team Indiana SOULCON veteran operators. Now, what do I mean by a SOULCON veteran operator? A veteran operator to Team Indiana is any operator who has successfully completed at least one SOULCON challenge. All right. So if you are not in that category right now, this video is not really for you. There is a different program for individuals who have not completed their first SOULCON challenge, and there will be some video coming out on that. There's going to be some pre-challenge training coming out all week for anyone who's doing a challenge for the first time. Okay, so if that's where you're at, pay attention to those videos and not necessarily this video here. So now that I'm speaking with SOULCON veterans, okay, guys. One of the things that we are hearing across SOULCON as an organization from veteran operators who've been in for a long period of time, who've done multiple challenges, are a few different things, okay? First of all, a lot of guys that are veteran challengers do not want to read the daily devotion and do the daily challenge out of this book, okay? Guys, believe me, I get it. About the probably third or fourth time my boys and I went through a challenge together, I would start reading from this book and they would almost start quoting it back to me verbatim. Okay, so I came to the realization that spiritually they were not growing, they were not maturing. Okay, as SOULCON veterans, okay, you have much more freedom to execute spiritual growth and spiritual development than, say, a first time challenger. A first time challenger, he's going to read this book every day, and he's going to do the daily challenges, and he's going to do all the things that you would normally do going through the SOULCON challenge for your first time. Okay, so there's that. That's one thing that we're hearing. Another thing that we're hearing is that it disrupts my workout routine. Okay, and we'll talk about that a little bit further on down. One of the other things is some of the things that we do in the challenge disrupt my meal planning. Now, guys, by this time as SOULCON veterans, all right, we all know that on page 77 there's a set of objectives that we have, right? And we as veteran operators, we live by those objectives. 40 push-ups a day, Lord's Prayer on your knees every morning out loud, diet, meal plans, exercise, the whole gamut, at least 64 ounces of water. Most of us drink two of these, a gallon of water a day. And as veteran operators, that's how we live our lives. That's SOP, standard operating procedure for us, right? Well, veteran operators don't necessarily have to do things the way a first time challenger does, guys, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot more freedom to do what you need to do as an individual operator and as an operator within a veteran accountability squad. All right, so the first thing I want to touch on is the actual spiritual development, guys, because that's the paramount thing that we as Christian men have to do in our discipleship, with our lives and our brotherhood, and in our face-to-facing and just interaction with one another within our accountability squads. Okay, and I mean, I want to take some time to brag on a few guys here in the team. Okay. Josh Andrews, I just saw a post on his Facebook, I believe it was last night, of how they're going to be doing some John Eldridge studies this year. Every Sunday they're going to be reading some different books, and I don't know if it's necessarily Wild at Heart, but I just have that one and wanted to bring it up there. And Daniel Huckstep, for example, over there at his church, the Creek on Shelby Street. They meet regularly. I believe it's every other. I believe it's every other Saturday, twice a month, and they do a Bible study. They have a formalized Bible study plan for that. The guys in that squad at that church. Kerry Peters, he does the same thing up north at his church. He does a normal Bible study with guys from his church there, and that's really what I would like to see in 2022 with our accountability squads. Okay, get into something along the lines of a 365 devotion. There are several of them. Chambers has got one. Maxwell's got one. Tony Evans. I mean, any major pastor or theologian that's out there today as pretty much offered a 365 devotion, guys. And the nice thing about those 365 devotions is you guys can put one of those in place, and then you read it every day. So it doesn't matter whether you're in the challenge, whether you're in the gap, where you are. You guys are all going to be working off of a common frame of reference, spirituality wise, within that accountability squad. Okay, so we want to make you guys realize there's a lot more freedom of movement there, and just like the way they're doing it at Vineyard Life. John Eldridge has several publications. I mean, there's you can go down through here, and you can go to Rick Warren's Purpose Driven Life. Guys, this is a great one to do because it's a 40-day challenge. So it dovetails really nicely into the SOULCON challenge. Now, of course, after the 42 days of the SOULCON challenge, then you have to go and get some other type of devotional or whatever. Chuck Holton's got a great one in his Elite series. Max Lucado, Facing the Giants, amazing. And then there's also these 2-7 series books out there, guys. You can get. I mean, the sky is the limit on what you can do with individual studies. And then, guys, also just let me throw in here as well. Again, as veteran operators, we should already have a plan of how we're doing it. I mean, we should already be in a Bible reading plan. If we're living the SOULCON lifestyle the way we should be as operators and veterans, okay? The 37 for the King program that the Gaborum has, that's another great one that we have. But here's the bottom line, guys. If you're already in a Bible reading program, it doesn't have to be disrupted by the SOULCON challenge, okay? Keep driving on with what you're doing. If what you're doing is working for you and it is growing you spiritually, okay? One other thing I might throw in here as well for some that have not done it. Now these options won't be available during SOULCON Jonathan during the 3rd of January, but starting in the next series of challenges after SOULCON Challenge Jonathan, we'll be doing another SOULCON Warrior Elite course. And guys, the SOULCON Warrior Elite course, it's the next level course up. If if you're looking for a challenge and you haven't done the Warrior Elite Challenge, I would definitely recommend you do the Warrior Elite Challenge because it will challenge you much more than the basic SOULCON challenge. Okay, so again, if you're looking for a bit of a challenge, if the SOULCON challenge you've been through it several times, then guys, take the next step. Go to Warrior Elite and take on the challenge. Don't stay in the comfort zone. Just get out of the comfort zone, jump into the water, take the next step. Okay, many guys have already done Warrior Elite on many occasions. Well, there's the next challenge after that, guys, SOULCON Operator. Now, a lot of guys, especially single guys, have heard that SOULCON Operator is just the SOULCON marriage course. And I'm not married, so why should I do SOULCON Operator? Because, guys, SOULCON Operator is more than just a marriage course. For about the first 21 days, yes, it talks about marriage. But then after that, it talks about other things that we as SOULCON operators deal with on a daily basis in our churches, in our communities, in our homes, things like that. So those are two more options for operators that haven't done those two courses. Okay. Um, and then there's always most churches out there have this laying around somewhere, and most churches get this every month. Now, this is a deployment guide that our Daily Bread did for deploying soldiers. I got this before I went to Iraq, but most Protestant Christian churches out there have My Daily Bread, and you can actually take a copy of those. So you could, utilize that. You could utilize that within your squads for spiritual development. Um, Really, guys, the sky is the limit. As long as we're using good, structured Protestant Christian doctrine. Okay, we don't want to get into any prosperity gospel type stuff. We want to stick to kind of, again, conservative Protestant Christian doctrine, so that we make sure that we're staying true to what the Lord's word says. Okay. Um, One other thing that I did want to bring up with you guys too. Let me bring it up here on my phone for those who don't know about this option. On the Gabor map, guys, there is an option on here called devotions. And sorry, guys, I'm trying to look at this in the mirror here. And when you go into that, it says daily devotions. What David and Jacob and what Team Sites does, this is the mainstay of what we do in the morning before David and Jacob go off to school. Gets them in the right frame of mind, gets them in the right frame of heart to go out. And if you go into this, guys, they do a devotion every single day. They posted one on Christmas, they posted one on Christmas Eve. Every single day there's a different devotion that's posted here, and it's rooted in the Word. The kind of cool thing about it is it's written by SOULCON guys, so you get to see devotions that are being written by our guys in SOULCON, and it's also a good way just to keep guys on the app, keep guys familiar with what's going on in here, and just gives you guys kind of a way to keep connected, from a spiritual standpoint. So I think that's enough on the spiritual growth and all that. And squad leaders, really the sky is the limit on what you guys want to do. And what you guys do at the accountability squad level can be tailored to what guys are doing in their individual studies. It really is just up to personal preference and just kind of what you guys want to do. Again, Josh Andrews got a great program. Dan Huckstep's got a great program. I'm sure either one of those guys would be totally willing to share, anything that they're doing. If you want to kind of see what they're doing, just go ahead and direct message them and talk to them. Now, guys, as far as workout routines, again, as veteran operators, we should already have our workout routines established. You should know what works for your body. If you don't, then there are several options on the Gabor app. There are different workout plans on the Gabor app. If you've never looked at the workout plans on the Gabor app, guys, some of the stuff on the Gabor app, if you were to go out on another like fitness app out on the internet, some of the stuff you get for free from Gaborum would cost you probably hundreds of dollars. There's just a wealth of resources there on the Gaborum app for you as far as workout routines. But one of the biggest things that we hear is, okay, I have a solid workout routine and I don't want it disrupted the second week of the challenge and the fifth week of the challenge because I got to do max push-ups, max sit-ups, and max squats. Here is my guidance as a team captain. If you have a solid program and if you're following that program, don't disrupt the program, guys, if you don't want to. I mean, if you want to fall in with us on those max days, I disrupt my program. I just go ahead and do the max days because it's a team thing, it's a unity, it's a hoo-ah thing, and yeah, as a leader, I feel kind of obligated, like I have to do it with everybody else. But that's not to say that everyone has to do it. If you're really, you're set on, well, man, that's my leg day, I'm just going to go do legs. Well, then you go do legs, okay? And you just keep doing what you're doing, okay? And Really, guys, it kind of goes the same way with meal planning disruption. We prepare our meals every Sunday. We containerize them. We put them in the refrigerator, and everything's planned out from Monday to the next Sunday. All of our meals, and that's pretty much how we do things. But like Team Sites, for example, even when we are in SOULCON challenges, now sometimes we do forego this, but if your meal plan says that you have one day as a feast day, go ahead and take that one day as a feast day. You can do it in week 1. You can do it in week 2. Just keep doing it, guys. Because when you do Warrior Elite, you do a feast day every week in Warrior Elite. When you do Operator, you do a feast day every day in or sorry, once a week in Operator. Okay. So again, if you have a good meal plan in place and you're meal planning and prepping, don't disrupt your meal plan. That's the same thing with the 36-hour fast. That's the same thing with Hell Week. That's one of the biggest things we hear from SOULCON operators about Hell Week. It's like, man, you totally disrupt me for 7 days, and the gains that I've made or this or that, by going on this alternate meal plan, it takes away from things. Guys, if you already got a set meal plan in place, just keep driving on with it. Okay, that's my guidance to you guys. So, with all that being said, why does a veteran operator still have to register for the SOULCON Challenge? For unity, guys. For unity. Okay, and what do I mean by unity? Within any brotherhood, within any unit, there has to be cohesion. There has to be a unity of effort. There has to be a unity of how we do things. Okay? That is why I continue to ask the operators within this team to register for every single challenge. Now, you might say, well, I'm going to be on vacation. I'm not going to be able to hit it as hard as I normally would. Register for the challenge, guys. Well, I'm going to some place where I don't know if I'm going to have this. I don't know if I'm going to have that. Register for the challenge, guys. Okay? Because the thing is, even if you go on vacation, you're going to be going 1 or 2 weeks, and then you're going to come back. You're going to go back into your normal routine, and you're going to do the challenge. Okay? It's a unity thing, guys. It's a brotherhood thing. You know, I want to see every guy in Team Indiana register for every single challenge. And it's not a numbers thing. It's not a big hoo-ah thing where we can say, ha ha, we got 70 guys in our team and we got 70 guys registered for the challenge. No, it's not that, guys. It's about brotherhood. It's about cohesion. It's about the way we're all interacting and working together on a daily basis. Some of us may not be reading this devotional. Some of us may not be doing those daily challenges. Some of us may not be doing Max Day. Some of us may not be doing Hell Week, okay? But the point is, we're all in it together, okay? We're all in the fight. We're all locking shields. We're all storming the gates of hell together, guys, okay? That's why I will ask you, no matter whether this is your second challenge, no matter whether this is I think this is my 22nd challenge. Jonathan will be my 22nd challenge. And I'm going to keep registering for SOULCON challenges now and until the time that God directs me to go someplace else, probably. Okay? So I do want all of you to continue to register. All right? Those were the things that God really laid onto my heart, guys. I just, really appreciate all the things you guys do every single day. I know, some things get overlooked sometimes. I know sometimes I don't see all the things that you're doing, but just because I don't see them or just because we don't recognize those things doesn't mean they're not important. And it doesn't mean that we should do any less for the kingdom than we're doing right now, guys. So just want to say, I'm proud to serve with each and every one of you guys, proud to lock shields with you in every single challenge and every single ministry and outreach thing that we do, and just incredibly honored to be your team captain, to be able to serve you guys, and just to just feel the love that we have within this brotherhood for one another, and it's just it's kind of undescribable to people outside of the brotherhood when we talk about it, but I know you guys know. So All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Much love, many blessings to all you guys, to all your families. Hug them. Thank them from me personally for letting you guys do SoulCon and being here in this brotherhood to win men's hearts to Jesus, guys. So I'll be talking to you soon.